As autumn deepened, I had started a new part-time job. During the day, I worked at a cafe near my university making coffee, and at night I delivered food using a delivery app. This town was small and people generally knew each other, so nighttime deliveries were usually considered quiet and safe. One night, as usual, I activated the app and took my first delivery. The destination was an old mansion on the outskirts of town. Even though I followed the app's map, the house was located in an unfamiliar remote area. Since deliveries were rare in this region, I drove there with a bit of apprehension. As I approached the house, my phone rang. It displayed an unknown number. Normally I would ignore it, but something made me answer. A raspy voice from the other side said,
"You're going the wrong way."
However, the GPS indicated the correct route, and I saw no reason to doubt its directions. Upon arrival, I was greeted by a grand iron gate that was closed. Pressing the intercom, the gate slowly opened. As I drove down the long driveway, a large mansion emerged. Yet, the surroundings were eerily quiet, and no light shone from the mansion's windows. I got out of the car, carrying the food towards the front door, which was slightly ajar, revealing a long dark hallway inside. I felt uneasy but knocked on the door. A faint sound came from inside.
"Please come in. I've left the door open for you."
A woman's voice faintly called out. Taking a deep breath, I stepped inside and a dim light was visible at the end of the hallway. As I walked towards it, the source of the light was an old chandelier hanging over a large dining room. There was a long table surrounded by unoccupied chairs, and no one was there to receive the ordered meal. A chill ran through me as I placed the food on the table, and then I heard the door shut behind me. Turning around, the entrance door had slowly closed itself. At that moment, footsteps sounded from a distant room, and I realized someone was hiding in the house. I hurried towards the exit, but the door was securely locked and wouldn't budge. Driven by fear, I took out my phone again to call the police, but there was no signal. Then an unknown number called again. I answered, and the raspy voice whispered again.
"You're still going the wrong way."
The voice was cold as if coming from afar. I tried to escape the mansion, but all exits were locked. The mansion was dark, growing colder, and my fear and anxiety amplified. I desperately searched the mansion, finding all windows securely shut with no way out. The only option was a door that led to the basement slightly open. I pushed the heavy door and descended the stairs. The basement was darker and filled with damp air, with only my flashlight to rely on. In the back of the basement, old furniture and boxes were piled up, and I saw something move in the shadows. I called out, but there was no response. Suddenly, a heavy hand touched my shoulder. Turning around, there stood an old woman in tattered clothes. Suppressing my fear, I asked her how to exit the mansion. She smiled and pointed to a hidden door in the back of the basement. I managed to exit through that door. As I stepped outside, the mansion's door slammed shut behind me. That night, I vowed never to deliver again. When I got home, the unknown number called once more and I hesitantly answered. From the other end, the old woman's voice said,
"I'll let you escape tonight, but there won't be a next time."
I hung up and immediately blocked the number. After that night, I completely quit doing late-night food deliveries and never passed by that mansion again. This terrifying experience taught me the importance of being cautious in unfamiliar places and always staying alert to my surroundings. Every now and then, I still shudder when I remember that night.